Hey, Wichita, welcome back. I'm your host, Officer Chad.
Did you just trip yourself up?
I did. Oh, I try to beat you to the punch because usually every week you're like.
I thought you were upset at yourself for saying, hey, Wichita, because you said you weren't going to do that.
Why wouldn't I say
because
hey,
that's
Wichita?
Mayor Whipple's.
No, he says what. Mayor says, what's up, Wichita?
Oh, that's
yeah.
right.
Yeah. Sorry, Mayor. He didn't even know. I got you, though.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm your host, Officer Chad Ditch with Public Information Unit. I'm with my co-host,
Officer Trevor Macy.
You forgot your
with
name.
the Public Information Unit.
So we are recording on a Monday.
It is a Monday.
As usual, right after a weekend.
Just coming off a weekend.
Yeah.
It was a great weekend.
Was it?
A lot of weekend activities.
Did you?
No.
No?
I was on call.
Oh,
Got
yeah.
called several times.
Yeah.
Busy weekend.
There you go.
Yeah.
I took the last 2 days off last week, man.
How was your time off?
It was good, man. I had to disconnect a little bit, with this job.
That's important.
It's very important. So I deleted the Outlook app on everything. I didn't want to have emails. I just wanted my kids to go back to school next week, so I wanted to be able to spend some extra time with them. And got my son his haircut. He's been wanting a perm. So
you got him a perm?
Yeah, I got a perm on the top half. He just likes the curls and stuff.
Nice.
So
curls for the girls.
Curls for the girls, man. Cleaned him up real good, man. He looks fresh.
Nice.
So
you
I jumped.
Got a fresh haircut too.
We talked about it right before the podcast started, right? You said there's people that you need in your life consistently.
Yeah.
Right? Go ahead. I'll let you. It's yours. I don't want to.
You need a good barber and a good tailor.
Okay.
Because you gotta get your hair looking good, and then your suits and your shirts gotta fit right.
So I will tell you, man. For me, it's always been about a fresh haircut. It just makes my day. But the moment I get somebody that messes up my hair, it ruins my week.
Mm-hmm.
Like. Yeah.
What's the difference between a bad haircut and a good haircut?
So to me, it's about so the haircut won't be jacked up usually, right? Like it's not uneven, but I might not know how to style it the way my barber did.
Yeah.
So that's what's going to be kind of difficult or everything. Or I've had one barber one time they shortened it in the middle, so every time when it was wet and I would comb it, it would stick straight up. It couldn't lay down unless I put some like Suavecito in there to just lay it down flat. So, but a good one is like your lines are extra crisp. The fade just looks like that ice tint that you would get when it would fade from ice to black and everything. That's that perfectness, man. You
know what the difference is for me between a good haircut and a bad haircut?
What?
About 2 to 3 weeks.
See, that was probably.
If it's bad, you just wait. It'll grow out and then you can fix it.
I mean, but that first day though, man, it just sets me back.
If they mess it up the first day,
yeah,
I'm gonna be in a bad mood. But my barber, he makes me look good. I think anyway. People may disagree, but
so I was stationed in South Korea when I was in the military for an entire year, and we used to go. Obviously, I had to go to the barbershop there, and I always get being military. It's kind of like I wouldn't get a high and tight because that was too like military for me. But I would get a medium fade, and my hairline was still perfect, so I would get a nice little line up and everything. And I'm sitting there in the chair, and I had the same barber while I was there.
Was it a military barber?
No, it was civilians that came in there, and they got to be barbers and beauticians on base. So this dude sits next to me, right? He's in the chair next to me, and my man's got a receding hairline. Like his hairline is on the guy behind him. That's how far back his hairline went. So he sits down, and the lady's like, "Hey, what do you want?" And he's like, "Yeah, I just want a 3 on top and skin on the bottom." And he's like, "Oh yeah, then line me up." And I'm like, "What is she lining up, bro? Like your stuff is not." Oh no,
that's awesome.
It's hilarious to me, man. It was hilarious, but hey, that's what he wanted, so. But,
more power to him.
Yeah, man. What else you do this weekend? Just work?
Yeah, hung around the house. I thought my air conditioner was going out.
Ooh.
It was Friday, I think. It was. So last week, a few times, like in the afternoon, my house would get up to like 81 degrees. Oh. And I like to keep it mid-70s.
Oh, damn, it's still too hot.
Yeah, and it was not cooling down. And I was feeling the vents, and it was like warm air coming out. And I didn't know what was going on because I cleaned the air conditioner before the start of the year.
Put a new filter in?
Yeah, I put a new filter in the furnace Thursday. That didn't fix it. And then everything was still messed up. So I had some HVAC guys come out, and they took apart the AC. And so what I didn't do when I cleaned the air conditioner, I took the top part off, and I sprayed out the inside.
Yeah, to get all the,
yeah. I didn't do the outside. So they took off the outside of the air conditioner, man. It's caked caked
with
in
like
dirt. Like no airflow through that thing. Like it was so
you just
bad.
Didn't notice that?
Yeah, I didn't see it. Hey. So I was like, because I sprayed it down a little bit, but like I didn't look like up through like the grates on the thing.
Got you. It just looked natural.
Yeah, it looked natural. But then they took it off, and I could see how dirty it was. Yeah. So these guys came out and they hosed it down, and then it works like a charm now. And my house is amazing. Like cool. It's so cool. Yeah. It's like living in a fridge.
Right.
It's
You're amazing. 76 degrees feels like 63.
Oh my gosh, it feels so good.
But mid 70s for real? That's what you keep it at?
Yeah, so it depends. So I have like a smart thermostat.
Oh, okay.
So like when I leave the house, it'll kick up to like 75, 76. Yeah. When I sleep, I like it to be at like 72.
Okay.
Anything cooler than that's a little too cool.
See, I'm like me. 69 to 71, but if I'm at 71, I have to have a fan like blowing on me and everything. So
yeah, I have fans going like in my bedroom. I got the ceiling fan going and everything.
So it sounds weird, man, because sometimes people like are like, oh, I keep it at 72, I keep it at 74, and then I don't want to be cold when I sleep. But like for me, when I go to bed, I like to be a little chilly, so I can cover up and I get comfortable and relax.
That's
right,
the best way to sleep.
But then people are like, well, then why don't take the fan off or something like that? I don't know, man. Like,
I want the outside air to be cold, so then like if I get too warm, I can stick a foot out,
right?
Pull myself off, or it just feels good. I don't know, something about it.
My old house with the going back to the AC unit, man, the outside one would always freeze over. So like that's when I learned about like the importance of like changing your filter and everything like that all the time, because
super important.
Yeah, bro. Like every year, guaranteed around April, May time frame, freeze over every time.
Yeah, having just recently in the past couple of years become a homeowner, I'm learning about all these maintenance things that you have to do that you just take for granted when you're renting or when you're a kid living with your parents, and everything just works, and you don't think about the fact that you have to maintain certain things in your house. Like the fridge. I didn't know my fridge had a filter I had to change every so often. But
I'm not gonna lie, I'm just now learning there's a filter you have to change in your fridge.
Yeah, well, mine has like a water dispenser.
Oh yeah,
and ice cube maker, and so you're supposed to change that filter. Especially with all the boil water advisories we have here in town. Yeah, shout out Wichita. Oh man,
that's funny, man. That's funny. So this weekend for me, I work at Walmart almost a part time and stuff. But Saturday, my wife was doing some stuff with my sister-in-law. She went to the Dierks Bentley concert and stuff. So I got some time with the kids. Right, I'm like dad night. Right. So my daughter surprised me by cleaning up the entire apartment and everything. She thought nice. Mom was bringing over the aunt and everything, so she picked up, bro. Like 10 minutes, house was clean, apartment was clean. So I said, hey, what do you want for dinner? You get to choose, because my son just stayed there playing video games when my daughter cleaned. So she wanted pizza, but she wanted a calzone from Cheesy's. Have you ever had this?
I have not had Cheesy's calzone. I've had a calzone.
Yeah.
Big fan.
Yeah, bro.
Never had Cheesy's
chicken
calzone.
Bacon ranch calzone. Fire.
That sounds awesome.
Bro, it was delicious. But we eat the pizza, and I'm like, hey, I want to watch a movie. They're like, no, I don't want to watch a movie. I just want to be on my phone. I said, I just want you to hang out with your dad. That's how they talk.
That's a very
they
have very deep voices.
Yeah, they do for teenagers. Yeah. So I watched The Man from Toronto on Netflix with Kevin Hart.
Never heard of it,
bro. Hilarious.
Really?
Man. Hilarious.
I'll check it out.
It's him and Woody Harrelson. So
I started watching West Side Story.
Oh, okay.
The new one.
Yeah.
That Steven Spielberg directed. And I was really tired, so I fell asleep.
Oh, wasn't that entertaining?
I mean, it was entertaining, but it's like 3 hours long.
Oh.
So I got about halfway, and I stopped it because I had to go to bed.
I'm telling you, man. Netflix. Kevin Hart's Man from Toronto.
I'll check it out.
Yeah, it's hilarious, man.
Been watching The Crown on Netflix.
Okay.
That's pretty good.
Haven't seen that.
It's interesting.
Have you seen All American yet?
Which one's that?
It's about the high school football teams from
Beverly Hills. You told me about that,
bro.
But I haven't watched
it. They just ended season 4 in it. I hate when shows end with like cliffhangers, especially because you have like 5 months before the next season comes out and stuff. So, but yeah, man. So
we got a good show today.
We do. We have two
guests
that are not only homicide detectives, but they also have a TikTok.
Is it a funny TikTok?
It is, man. I mean, it's Detective Hoyt's TikTok, and her partner, Detective Ken Davis, is on there, and they tell like like dad joke-esque type things and stuff. So
Very cool.
They're pretty funny, man. So, but it's cool because they got a lot of followers. They got over 1,000 followers and stuff. So, which is TikTok allows you to go live when you're able to do that. So that's
a decent accomplishment.
Yeah, man. So
very cool. I'm excited to hear what they have to say. Are they here now? Should we get them on?
Let's get them on, man. I think they are here. So we'll get a refill, and we'll be right back with Detective Ken Davis and Detective Anna Hoyt. Well, we are back with Detective Ken Davis and Detective Anna Hoyt. How y'all doing today?
Doing good.
Good.
Yeah, appreciate you joining. I know you're super busy.
Yeah.
So, have you guys seen the podcast? You're not going to hurt our feelings.
A little bit.
A little bit? You're going.
He's a fan.
See?
I'm a big fan, and I was promised autographs before I leave, so make sure we take care of that.
So basically, the podcast, we just want the community to be able to get to know who the person is as opposed to the officer, detective, supervisor. So tell us. We'll start over here. Tell us, Ken. Who's Ken?
Who's Ken? Well, that's a mixed bag, let me tell you. But no, I've been on the police department for 24 years. Started my career out west and got promoted. I was trying to remember 15 or 16 years ago now. It's been so long. But I started in financial crimes. I did a couple of years there. Then I went to robbery for 5 years, and I went to internet crimes against children for a year, back to robbery for 5 more years, and then I came to homicide 3 years ago. So I bounced around a little bit, but
got a wide variety on your tool belt.
Got a wide variety, you bet.
There you go. Anna? Who's Anna?
Well, I've been with the department about 15 years. I was a crime scene investigator for 8 years.
Okay.
Went to patrol. I was on Patrol North overnights, and then I was promoted in 2020. It's kind of weird with COVID. Things were kind of strange.
Yeah.
Didn't really have a ceremony of promotion. It was just a weird time. But so I went to financial crimes. I was there. I went to gang felony assault, and now I'm been in homicide for a good 6 months with Ken Davis.
She's got 6 months under her belt.
Nice. There you go.
I'm teaching him a lot.
So you guys are second and third homicide detectives. It's a pretty good sentence, I think. Probably not.
What
were we trying to say?
I have no idea, y'all. It's a Monday, and it's all of a Monday. So you guys are the second homicide detectives that we've interviewed. So
who was here before?
Addie
Perkins.
Oh, Addie. Okay.
Yeah. So she talked about cold case and everything like that. Tell us what's it like for you guys being homicide detectives, on a day-to-day basis?
I guess it just depends on the day.
Yeah.
Yeah, there really isn't a standard day. We work missing persons cases, we work kidnapping cases, we work any
criminal threats
case, and then of course we work homicides or any death that is not natural, including suicide, child death, homicides, obviously, public accidents, train accidents, things like that. The only death cases we don't really handle are vehicular accidents. We've got a traffic section that handles that. So we keep pretty busy. We get our case assignments every morning. I might come in and get somebody in custody for threats. May also get a missing persons case. May get a suicide to review. Then of course we're on call out on a schedule to come in the middle of the night to work homicides. We also work officer involved shootings. So we stay pretty busy.
Yeah.
So Addie talked about that a little bit too. Like, what's the, I guess, most odd or strange place that you've had to change during being on call? So she had one that was a bit interesting where she had to change in the back of her husband's truck and stuff and have an officer pick her up. Have you guys had any situations like that or something odd that you can think of?
I have not.
Well, I've had to leave a date in the middle of dinner before.
Rough.
That's always fun. In fact, last night I had all my kids over. We were going to have a pizza party, and they were just starting to arrive, and we got called in, so I had to leave for that. When I'm on call, I tend to stay pretty close to home.
Right.
I know Addie, she goes out for baseball games, and she kind of ventures further away from home than I ever do. So
right. But one thing I've enjoyed about you two is you guys started your own TikTok.
We did.
Well, Anna did, and then she brought me along kicking and screaming.
Right.
We're kind of a package deal these days, but Anna can tell you about the TikTok, I guess.
Yeah, so tell us about that. It's, one thing I've always enjoyed, even as people, when we watch what cops do, right? We learn about we always have a partner and stuff, which isn't the case nowadays and stuff. But in homicide detectives, you guys are partners and stuff. So tell us about what made you do the TikTok page, and what is the TikTok page about?
Well, I've always said that I'm really funny, and people usually agree that I'm pretty funny. Okay, he says he is.
Mm-hmm.
I am funny.
So there's
a scientific fact.
I'll believe it. I'll believe it.
So there's this back and forth about who's funnier.
Yeah.
Okay. So, and the work we do, I mean, it's not happy.
Right. Yeah.
We deal with death. We deal with family members who are upset or traumatized. Giving death notifications are not fun.
Right.
Someone's always, when we see people, they're always going to be upset.
Yeah.
So why not take a minute and
make
tell a joke?
Make people happy. Right. Yeah.
Like,
Did you bring some jokes today?
Well, I've got a comment that's kind of a joke, but and we've had this discussion before in that most of our jokes on TikTok are dad jokes,
right? Yeah.
And I am I argue that she's not a dad, and she's kind of
clearly
on our territory. She's encroaching on my territory,
right?
And it's kind of a faux pas.
But I don't tell it.
Oh my gosh.
That was pretty
scientific
good.
fact that I'm funny.
It is.
Proof right there.
It is.
I like it.
Did you bring anything? Can't think of nothing on top of your head.
My jokes, he says things where he's just talking and then he says something.
Yeah.
I like
Isn't that a joke?
Well, no, because I told that one about
set up,
my joke being
laugh.
joke being corny, and Dan Hardy didn't even realize that I was telling a joke.
Right.
Yeah.
So
like a dry humor, just like kind of like, or
no, I like corny jokes. It just kind of depends. I'm like, I don't think I'm a real expressive person. Do you think I am?
I've seen you be expressive.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah. So I found out over the weekend. I have glasses, obviously, right? But I found out that I'm also colorblind. So it was crazy. The news came up out of the purple. No.
I heard that earlier. Yeah. Otherwise I would have laughed.
What do you call a bear with no teeth?
I don't know.
Gummy bear.
Oh, how did you know that?
That's the classic joke.
That is a classic joke. That's an oldie but goodie.
It was better than that one.
Well, yeah, it was better than
that.
Come
there
on, that was hilarious. I died laughing the first time I heard that.
I enjoyed it, Chad.
But we do our jokes, but we do take our jobs seriously.
Yeah,
so let's say that. But it is nice just to bring some humor.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No,
go ahead. I was just going to ask, what do you guys think is what's the most kind of rewarding part of your job for you? Like, what drives you and keeps you going day after day to continue the work that you do?
Well, and this is a cliche, but it is to bring closure to families.
Mm-hmm.
We deal with people that have suffered horrific losses, usually the most tragic circumstances. And, for me, the most rewarding part is being able to call a family member or knock on their door and give them some answers.
Yeah.
This is what happened. This is what we've learned. This is who we can prove is responsible. And that gives me a lot of satisfaction. Mm-hmm. And just being able to kind of answer some of those questions. And they will always deal with the grief.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But to me, that's the most satisfying part.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, it's meaningful. I mean, there's nothing else I'd want to do.
Right.
Yeah. I just have to deal with him. So that's part of it.
Do you guys have any advice for some aspiring homicide detectives that may be watching or listening to this podcast?
I think my advice would be, if you're a young officer or a new detective and you're wanting to be a homicide detective, I think this section, maybe more than some of the others, interviewing skills are paramount.
Yeah.
Interviewing for minute details, building rapport, not only with family members, but with suspects in particular. And a lot of these cases, you think, oh, well, you got some DNA and you've solved it. But a lot of the cases come down to the interview.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And I would encourage any young officer or detective, practice your interviewing skills, take interviewing classes, practice. And then always report writing. You're writing a lot of documentation, affidavits, reports. Report writing is critical. So I guess communication in general, being able to talk, interview, and document your work in readable format.
Yeah. I heard other people. Charlie Davidson told me this is that he that's one of his what he inspires to do is be a homicide detective one day, I believe.
He tells us every day.
Oh yeah, he keeps saying he's going to be my partner.
Yeah,
I'm not ready. Last night.
I'm not ready for that. That he's going to be yours.
Yeah, he's trying to work both angles, I think.
Oh,
see, I heard that he was about to be a homicide detective, and then 6 hours before the deadline, someone put in for it.
Yes,
yeah,
that's what he
tells me
too.
He got saved.
He also said that he's learned since being up in gang that homicide is like a whole different level of organization.
Oh yeah,
as far as detectives.
Yeah, that's true. You're funneling massive amounts of information. A case we worked last night, there were multiple interviews going on, and she was the lead on it, so she's having to process all this information coming in. But even after all the work is done, organizing the reports and the discovery and massive amounts of data that you're turning over for discovery, and being able to organize that in a cohesive way so that the attorneys can sort through it and find what they need, and keeping up with search warrants that you've done. And I'm a big spreadsheet guy, so I use a lot of spreadsheets, and everybody organizes in different ways. But yeah, it's true, organization is pretty critical in this section.
You can get confusing real quick if you're not organized.
Yeah.
Do you guys watch any like cop movies or TV shows?
Sometimes.
What's one of your favorites?
I think my favorite is The First 48, if you've ever seen that.
Yeah.
And I tell people that, from my point of view, if you want to see what it's like to be a homicide detective and how a case unfolds, that to me is the most realistic.
Yeah.
The drama shows, they're fun and entertaining, but those are, fiction.
Yeah.
The First 48, I think, is the most realistic if you want to see what I do every day or what she does every day. My only issue with that is it portrays these detectives as serious and uptight and stoic, and that is true to a certain extent. But we're also people, and we go to lunch, and we tell dumb dad jokes, and I understand they can't put that into a serious show, but I think that's for me the most interesting because it's the most realistic.
Right.
Of course, he brings in that we go to lunch, and we eat.
Well,
we do eat,
You gotta go to lunch.
You're kind of like a little health nut too, though, right? Aren't you? As a part of your TikToks, you like have a healthy snack or something beforehand.
I don't know if it's necessarily healthy. I just don't eat a lot of dairy, so I have dairy-free snacks or gluten-free snacks.
I gotcha.
I think her eating habits may have gone downhill since she's been paired up with me. I'm a bad influence.
Is it?
Well, we had this onion ring tour. So we went to different places. No, like fine dining establishments, like casual or fast food.
Yeah.
To rank who in Wichita has the best onion rings.
Ooh, gotcha. So what'd you come up with?
Dog and Shake.
Really?
Dog and Shake
Dog
has
and
fantastic
Shake.
onion rings.
I am sold on Dog and Shake rings. I think they're the best, hands down.
I like New Way too.
Oh, we haven't
had
had those.
Dog and Shake onion rings.
You got to go.
I know, right?
Go today.
Yeah.
Go.
I didn't have
the
Dog
ones
and
that
Shake.
You compared it to, out of the ones that you compared it to, who don't come
we
from
don't-
me, but who weren't
No,
the worst,
no.
but who were the least?
I don't really want to.
I don't want to name them.
What?
It makes me
hate
nervous.
mail or something.
Oh.
Well, we did West Street Burgers. We did Calvin's Hamburger Haven. We did Buffalo Wild Wings, I
Didn't we
think.
do
They've got
TJ's?
rings.
Yeah.
TJ's
y'all went
Burger
to a lot of
House.
places.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I wanted to go to more, and he was like, "I'm done with this." He was
This
done
was
with
exhaustive research.
I bet, yeah.
Until I was over it, and then we moved on to chicken sandwiches. So.
Isn't there a new place in town that's supposed to have really good onion rings? I heard.
Oh no.
Like, is it Fat Burger? Is that the place?
Oh,
Fat Burgers
yeah.
is new. Yeah,
That's
true.
brand new.
We're supposed to
Do
go
they
there.
have
Yeah.
onion? If they have onion rings, I need to try them. Also, does Buffalo Wings and Rings have onion rings?
They do.
Okay.
Well, it's the name. What else would the rings
Well, see, I
be?
didn't know because somebody
That'd
told
be
me
kinda
the
like false
name.
advertising.
Somebody told me the name is not for their onion rings. It's for like championship rings or something like that because you watch
Oh.
sports or something there.
Oh,
Oh,
wings and rings.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
that's too much.
That's
Yeah.
Too much thinking. For
Can you explain your water bottle real quickly?
It's
'Cause-
90s.
And for people listening and not watching this,
Yeah.
I forget that there's people that
Yeah, we
listen
have
and they don't
podcast
see
land people,
they don't
yeah.
see
Oh.
this. So we'll just describe. It's a very brightly colored Trapper Keeper esque.
Yes.
I can tell you,
It
if you
looks
water
like
bottle.
Saved by the Bell.
Yeah.
That's
Yes.
exactly what I was gonna say. If you
That's
said
what
Saved
someone
by
else
the
has
Bell,
said.
Yeah, that's exactly
So
what it is.
I drink a lot of water. people make jokes about it. This is about 77 ounces of water.
Oh, wow.
Okay, so, and it has a sleeve on it to keep it from getting warm. Okay,
Does that
so
work?
then it does have, it even has a carrying strap because people make fun. Well, how can you carry all your stuff? Because I have my purse, I have my work bag.
Well, it has a
I
strap
have
because there's
this.
so much dang water in it.
So-
You're going to hurt your wrist if you just hold it like that.
That thing's got like pockets and.
So yeah, so you can
zippers
take
and
it to the
slips.
gym and put your phone in there or your keys attached.
Ah, okay.
So
So let me tell you a brief story. One day I was up there on the 6th floor. There was a briefing going on, and I think Anna's the case detective because I've learned if you're the case lead, you have a laptop. Is that accurate?
well, I do. You
Was
take
everybody
all the
taking
notes and
notes,
people
right?
tell you everything.
Yeah.
So I do it on a laptop.
So she's got this gigantic water bottle there, and it's got the times on it, right? 9 o'clock, doing good. 11 o'clock, you're getting really good. 30, that kind.
The water bottle has.
It was a
Yeah.
gallon though.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And it's like 5 o'clock in the evening, and she's still on 9 time. She was. It had been a rough day because she was like 8 hours behind.
Dehydrated.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But by the time we were done, she was. Dang, you're done with the water.
So I always drink a lot of water. I started running more, so I was trying to drink more water.
That's good.
But I'm a Navy vet, and in
Yeah.
boot camp, we had to drink canteens all the time. And I didn't drink a lot of water before boot camp, but then since, it's like my body got acclimated to drinking a lot of water.
Did you have to do the thing where you put the water bottle over your head to prove that you
Yep.
were done? Yeah.
hmm
me too.
And then you'd have to stand there until everybody was done.
Right?
And then sometimes we'd have to do it twice. And I remember this one lady, like, puked up all of her water, so we had to do it all over again.
Oh, man.
And you had, like, a minute to drink your canteen.
There's always one person that ruins it for everybody else.
Right?
Right.
Yeah,
It was
had
gross that
everyone
she
else.
threw up the water everywhere.
So one thing I think that's interesting about you that you didn't say, and we can cut it out if you don't want to say it, but you have a pet pig.
I do.
What's your pig's name?
Clyde Mortimer.
Why and how long has that relationship been going on?
Why do I need to answer?
No, why?
He's a cute boy.
What's the name from? Maybe I don't. Or
I just wanted like an older man name.
Okay.
What kind of pig is it?
It's a pig. A
Because it's
mini
not like
pig.
a big farm pig, right? Like,
No,
Is it
No.
indoor pig, outdoor pig?
he's indoor. He has a pig door, so he goes in and out. He has his
Okay.
own bed.
Dang.
They're a lot like dogs.
Okay.
So he's under 100 pounds. He's probably like 85, 90 pounds.
Okay.
Most of his weight goes in his belly. He's a pot belly.
Yeah.
So his back probably goes up to my knee. He's probably like this long.
Dang.
What does he eat?
Pig food.
Like
Is it pig food?
Let it,
Like
not-
pellets.
Pellets.
Oh.
They have mini pig
So
food.
it's specially
You get it
made
at
for
Tractor
pigs.
Supply.
Gotcha.
Oh, I gotcha. And
Yeah.
how long have you
Interesting.
had old Clyde?
4 years.
Yeah.
Yeah. My dogs don't like him.
No joke. Like what about him? Just this.
I
fact
don't
that
think
he's
they don't
big.
know what he is. They're like, what
what's
is
this big
this?
round
Does
thing
he
with
try to
legs?
like pretend he's a dog and play with the dogs and stuff?
They
or-
don't play.
No, they
Mm-mm.
don't play.
No.
They bully him
Aw.
because they're small. They're like 12-pound dogs, and he's
Oh, he's
pushing
big.
100, and he's scared of them.
Was it last year we did the cute dog thing? Was
Oh,
that
yeah.
Last year. Did you get involved with that?
Yeah, I
Ken?
did.
You did.
I've got a
Sherlock.
pet dog named Sherlock. He's a coonhound.
See.
Sherlock.
So,
I like that.
Sherlock. I keep threatening to bring him to work. 'Cause I'm going to do it one of these days too.
See, I thought about bringing mine too.
I
Like,
think
have
we
a
should just
Rottweiler
have
and
a
Chihuahua.
bring your pet
Your
to work
Chihuahua.
day.
Yeah.
So, Anna, you put that on, right? You headed that.
Mm-hmm.
I submit my photo, and she's like, "No, this is messed up. You're gonna win." And then I come to
'Cause
find
the
out
dog
she
in the
had a
pocket?
Chihuahua too, or she has a Chihuahua. And yeah, and then mine
Well,
won.
the dog is like
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
kinda
tiny,
In the
tiny,
movie.
tiny.
puppy,
I
and then
remember
my
that.
big butt putting it in my pocket. Yeah, super cute.
I think I had
You
a
had the
picture. I had a
cat.
picture of me and my cat.
You had the cat. You did have the cat.
Yeah.
The iguana
He's a
one
cat
was cool.
person.
I
Yep.
am a cat.
That was really cool. So speaking about, I had to transition there, but it doesn't apply. So I'm just gonna. I digress.
the worst
It
transition.
was. I'm working on my segues a lot, and it's not really helping out. But we play a game here called One Has to Go. Last week we did something with
Streaming sites.
streaming sites. So this week, based because your guys' TikTok, and you guys do pretty well with your TikTok.
many
We're
followers
Because
do you
I'm
have?
really funny.
That's it.
People don't like his
Yeah.
jokes.
That's
What are you
not
up
true.
to on
I've-
followers?
1,000, 1,100.
Okay.
Okay, so you can go live on TikTok.
I don't know what that means.
You can so you can go live on
See,
TikTok.
this
do a
is
live-
the thing.
you do a live
This is-
video.
This is the thing is that we don't really know about TikTok.
Right.
I'm just like, hey, let's do this, and then we're figuring out how to do it.
Yeah.
So
But it's good though because you guys on a couple of them, you've got tens of thousands of views at least.
I think the most is like 3,000 views.
I'm not sure.
You're pumping their numbers up, Chad.
I guess so.
Yeah.
But either way,
I mean,
that's
you
how much
can.
I like it. That's what it is. But anyway, so you got 4 things that you can choose from. One's got to go forever out your life, okay? So they are Facebook, Snapchat, YouTube, or TikTok. You got to choose one that's got to go away forever.
Snapchat. That's so easy. I never use that. Don't ever use it.
Yeah, I'm saying Snapchat. I think
We're
I had
older.
Snapchat
Like-
a long time ago, but I'd used it for a few days and I didn't understand
Lost
it.
interest.
Man.
Gosh.
We're not
What-
techie.
What are you getting?
I'm getting rid of Facebook.
Facebook.
Are you?
Facebook.
Are you
If
even
I
on it?
didn't need Facebook for work, I would not have.
Really?
Why?
There's nothing good on it anymore. It's literally just people whining about each other, bashing each other. Like, I hate, there's nothing positive.
I think we've transitioned, or maybe I just don't pay attention, that from the old, you didn't like my photo. I put my photo up of my family. How come you didn't like
Oh,
it? Like
right.
that? Like, I used
Yeah.
to get that a lot, but I don't. Maybe I just don't pay attention to it, or maybe I've addressed it like I don't care what you think.
I don't
about
really.
it.
I don't ever post except on the WPD Facebook account.
Oh, yeah.
But like the only reason I still have a personal one is just for like events and like keeping up with
Yeah.
stuff that's happening. But I don't post really.
I will say I tried to give up Facebook one time, and I felt really disconnected, only because all my social events that I go to, that's how
Right.
you get the invites, and that's
Yeah.
how they're publicized. And I deleted my account for a little while, and it was like I had no idea what was going on.
Yeah.
And
But it's
I
also
just sat
kinda
around and
liberating.
mowed.
He acts like that's just a Facebook thing. He has no idea what's going on.
True.
You ever see the people that are always, they're like a family friend or somebody that you haven't seen in years, or you know them through people, and then but you see them all the time on social media and all the time, and you finally meet them and you feel like you guys are like this.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I only know you because of Facebook. That's
A lot
right.
of people post way too much information
Yeah,
about
Yeah.
their
way
lives.
There is a
too
lot of
much.
oversharing.
Like,
Yeah.
why? I don't need to know about your last surgery and
Right.
like.
Well, and
the
they post
details of that.
photos of the scar, like
Well,
with the
yeah.
stitches
And I
still
always
in.
say,
the wound.
we fought as a country to pass HIPAA to protect our medical
yeah,
information.
right.
Yeah.
And then we go on Facebook and post pictures of our CAT scans and our x-rays and our
Yeah.
scars. It's
Yeah.
odd to me.
I hear you. I'm with you guys though. I'm getting rid of Snapchat. Like I don't mess with it all
Yeah.
that much.
I
When
like
I was
Snapchat
on.
for the filters.
You know what's
Face
odd?
filters are hilarious.
Okay, yeah,
That's
those are
true.
fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like
Especially
the
the
crying
cry-
one.
yeah.
Oh my gosh.
What?
When that
Gets me.
came- when
You
that
haven't
one-
seen the crying
No.
one? I'll show
Yeah,
you.
it makes you look like you're legit crying. It's not something that's like over animated or anything like that.
Huh.
But like when it came out, it was all on TikTok, so everybody thought it was a TikTok. Like
See, I don't even know that. I didn't even
Snapchat.
know they had that on
I didn't
TikTok.
know. I haven't
We'll
seen
make
it.
a video with it.
My
We should
favorite
put
one
Dan
about
Hardy
Snapchat
crying.
though is like the maps that they have. So
Oh,
if
yeah.
you don't put your stuff on ghost mode, you can see everything that you
So
do
I
on
might use Snapchat for that kind of
Right?
thing
Yeah.
for work,
Right? Yeah.
but I don't really use Snapchat.
Yeah, I remember being on 3rd South and having Snapchat and looking at the maps and be like, oh, yeah, there's a heck of a party going on over here. Look at all these people just doing illicit things and stuff. So
Yep.
It's a good tool for that.
it is very good, and it's quite comical in my
Now, but you're
opinion.
giving up trade secrets now. So.
That's just one. They're still
Okay.
going to do it, yeah.
Okay.
I have all the faith in the world that people will
They're,
still do that.
they're probably not listening or watching this.
That's true,
That's
yeah.
probably, we're not their demographic, or they're
Yeah.
not our demographic.
Yeah.
We're everybody's demographic.
That's,
Yeah.
I mean,
We're here for the people.
Yeah. We're getting up to like 250 to 300 plus views per episode.
How many
Oh, wow.
listeners, though? I would like to
Wow.
know how many listeners versus viewers there are.
That's true. How many people like pay attention the whole time? I know my cousin.
People listen like while they're doing other things too.
My cousin for sure. He lets me know. He listens to us in podcast land. So when he's at work, he's like, "Oh yeah, I'm glad the new episode dropped" or something like that. So
right.
he still doesn't know what Trevor looks like.
Really?
It's
Yeah.
better that way.
Could be.
Yeah. But we appreciate y'all coming out. We know you're super busy. You guys are like the one of the. Let me try to figure out how to say this. Oh my gosh, words are difficult.
You're all right,
I enjoyed how you guys have reached out several different times to want to be on the podcast and everything
We
too.
didn't do that.
Girl, you know you did.
I think that was her. I came back from vacation and she said, "By the way, we're going on this podcast."
Right.
So that
I
must
just
have
asked if we could tell a joke.
Oh, did you tell one today?
The gummy bear that he ruined.
Oh, that was.
Didn't
a
mean to
joke. I
ruin
thought-
it. It was just it was right there.
You should have come better prepared for some better jokes.
Maybe they should just watch our jokes on the TikTok.
Yeah, what's your TikTok?
Detective Hoyt.
Detective Hoyt.
Detective
Real
Hoyt.
easy.
That's easy. Go check
Smash that follow button.
Yes.
Like and subscribe.
Well, again, we appreciate it. We know y'all super busy. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah.
We'll get you on here again soon.
Okay.
All right.
We'll see.
We'll see. All right, we'll be back after a break. And we're back. That was Detective Kenton Davis and Anna Hoyt, man.
That was.
That were so funny.
They are. They're good people.
Yeah.
I like talking to them.
Yeah, I like watching their TikToks and everything too. So
I need to watch more of their TikToks.
Yeah.
I think I've only seen a couple.
yeah, they're pretty good, man. I'm gonna need Dan Hardy to laugh a little bit more when he's the one that they're asking the joke to.
We need to get him on the podcast.
That'd be cool.
And Charlie Davidson.
Charlie Davidson.
We need to get on the podcast.
Yeah. He always tells me afterwards, like, "Hey man, you need to get me on." And then I go to get him on, and then he's like, "Oh man,
I was talking to him last night. He was laughing. He said, every time Chad calls me to be on the podcast, I tell him I'm busy.
Right. Yeah.
Like,
I think we should do a remote session or remote podcast one day and just do it right there at his desk.
That would be exciting.
Yeah. Tyler just comes back with the camera and everything, and we're like, "Hey, we're live."
We're live
Yeah.
from Charlie's desk.
That's it, man. That's it.
That'd be brilliant.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, man. Got a big week ahead of us.
It is a super big week, man. A super big week.
I mean, it's the same size as every other week.
I mean, that's
the same length.
These are facts. These are facts.
Just feels like a daunting.
This Thursday, I think it's
week
the last day for the Youth
Citizens Police Academy.
That's right. Thanks for completing my sentences. I appreciate that.
I'll always complete your sentences, Chad. Yeah, if you guys have been following us on Facebook, the Juvenile Intervention Unit posted a lot on there about the Youth Citizens Police Academy, doing a lot of cool stuff to just engage youth in Wichita, give them some info about the department, kind of show them how we work, and build some good relationships with those kids up there. So we'll be out there Thursday for their graduation ceremony, right?
Yep. Sergeant Justice will be there. Saturday, O.J. Watson Park, there's another community event there as well where all the mascots of the city will be there.
City crew.
So, city crew, man.
Sergeant Justice got a busy week this week.
Yeah.
I hope he's ready.
He took a real good picture, man, with the other city mascots at another event like a couple weeks back.
That looked like they were about to drop an album.
Bruh.
That was cool.
I was waiting. I think Sergeant Justice got bars.
Probably. I mean, he can squawk them, I'm sure.
He can squawk them.
He was in our most recent TikTok video.
He was, man.
The tortilla challenge.
Yes. And I think we need to start doing more TikToks because I think we might have been like low-key shadow banned because it didn't get as many views as we projected it to.
Let's just keep thinking of reasons why we didn't get views other than people just don't want to watch.
We need to do the one. Have you seen the one with that's like a studio where the person comes in?
Oh, the studio challenge?
Bro.
Yeah, I saw one. It was a nursing home.
Oh.
Their social media account did that, and it was hilarious.
Because don't they raise the canes up or something like
they
that?
They had the lady walked in. She's got like these dark glasses on. Yeah. She's like dabbing people up, and then she gets in there, and all the people start dancing. Yeah. It was hilarious.
Dude, I think they're hilarious, man.
Yeah, that was funny.
We need to be trendsetters, though. We need to do something that's going to be a trendsetter.
You just can't predict though what's gonna be trending and what isn't. That's true. Unless you have like a time machine. And if you do, why have you been holding out on it for so long?
I know, right?
I could have used that.
Just been stingy.
Could have used that when they drew the Powerball a couple weeks ago.
You're just going to go back to high school days where you were bullied and stuff?
That has nothing to do with the Powerball, Chad.
I'm talking about your time machine.
That's a personal attack. Come on. I got shoved into a locker one time.
You actually got into the locker?
No, well, the locker was closed, and I just got like pushed into it physically. But it was by one of my friends. And he got really mad at me because those towel barrels in the locker room that have like the wheels on the bottom.
Yeah.
And you scoot them around. I pushed it to him, thinking he was gonna turn and catch it, but he didn't hear me or something, so it hit him in the
Achilles,
in like the Achilles. So he got so mad, he turned it. Shoved me in the locker.
Well, I can tell you,
I deserved it.
Yeah, you did deserve it.
Yeah,
and I can tell you, man, as a dad, when your kids are pushing the shopping cart because you just let them be kids, and then they hit you in the Achilles. Oh my gosh, I've never wanted to give a whooping out so quick because of that. Like that's a pretty painful spot.
Oh yeah.
So
that's a terrible spot to hit.
Yeah, man.
I understand why it took out Achilles when he got hit there.
Yeah, and it's pretty sensitive area too.
Yeah, if I got hit there in a battle, I'm not fighting anymore.
Speaking of battles and like badges you might wear and stuff. What did you just drool?
These segues are so bad. What does that have to do?
You might wear a badge while you're battling or something like that.
I don't know about you, but I wouldn't.
I don't know, man. You never know. But anyway, you were in charge of WPD fun facts.
I am.
What you got?
So we have a fun fact today that I found in the WPD history book. We got some pictures we'll put up there. So in the 1950s, they had different badges that would denote policeman and policewoman.
Oh, wow.
And then in the 60s through the 70s, they changed that so it said patrolman on the badge. And today, our badges say police officer.
They do.
As you can see on this shiny little badge here.
So, and you might not have been able to find this and stuff, but, you know, as our badges are now, like if you promote, your badge will say detective, lieutenant, sergeant,
correct,
whatever,
yeah.
Right? Would it be detective man, detective woman, or did everything always just be police woman, policeman?
I don't think detective man, and I think detective's a gender neutral term.
Oh, so yeah,
because detective is not.
It's not a man at the end of it. Yeah,
because like policeman.
Yeah,
is a real word,
yeah.
But there's no detectman.
Detectwoman.
Detectman.
Maybe there should be.
Maybe.
I don't know.
Could look into that.
That's a good fun fact, though.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Did
Took
you
me
see
all
have
of
you
10
seen
minutes
the
to find
different like the way our badges have looked over time and everything too?
Well, those pictures, they look pretty similar.
That's true.
To the ones now.
Yeah.
So I don't know that they've changed much. Well, so we had the anniversary. What was it?
The 150th?
Last year?
Yeah.
Last year or the year before? I don't remember.
Last year.
Okay.
Yeah.
But we had the Marshal's badge, which
Yes.
was like the star, because originally they were the city marshals.
Yeah.
Before that was the police department. So
those ones pretty dope, man.
those are cool badges. Yeah. I didn't get one. I'm kind of regretting.
You waiting for the next 150th or what?
Yeah.
Hoping to be around.
I'll still be here kicking a.
You know what's funny, man, is like when Chief Ramsey brought that out, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'd asked everybody if they were going to do it because you know you had to pay for it out of your own pocket,
right? And that's why I didn't get it,
right? Because it's like $140, $160.
Yeah.
So I asked somebody, I was like, "Are you getting one?" They're like, "Well, I didn't think I'd be around for the next one," and I'm like, "Very valid."
See, I didn't even think about that. I was just like, I can only wear it for a year.
That's true, but you can like.
But then you have it forever.
You have it forever, man. You could put it in your like, what do they call it? Your shadow box and stuff. Like when you retire.
I don't have a shadow box.
Get it to your kids. Well, you don't have one now, bro. You've been on like 2 weeks, but.
Hey. Wow. Throwing shade.
I am throwing a little bit of shade, man. But yeah, it's gonna be a busy week, man. Busy week. Got a lot of events going on.
Keep an eye on our Facebook page, Twitter,
Absolutely.
social media for updates on what all we're doing. We're doing a lot. And we're always posting a lot about what we do. It's hard for us to keep track sometimes.
Yeah.
And if you guys want to keep track,
and we can't, and
make sure you're following us.
And on our on our Facebook
page,
we do have Officer Gum's stuff on there.
Yes.
Pinned to the top. So
yep.
if you want to donate, if there's any way you want to find out how to order shirts and stuff like that, just go there. It's on the Honors Adversus Foundation's page. It'll take you there, and then you can figure out any way and you want to help in any way you want to help.
And as always, if you have questions, you can email them to us, policeweb@wichita.gov.
Yeah. We
can answer your questions on the podcast. It's great to hear from you guys, your questions and your comments and concerns, and we love to be able to answer questions and help people out with their conundrums.
Right. And then we also we put up there. I meant to talk to you about this before. And we put up there about that barbershop talk with the police.
Yes.
And a lot of people were confused and stuff. Like, are we giving out free haircuts or doing free haircuts?
Yeah, we're not really qualified for that.
Yeah. I mean, we have Officer Avendano. He's qualified.
Yeah, he is a barber.
But what we want to do is we understand like the real conversations, authentic conversations happen in barbershops. I love going to a barbershop. I love having the conversations while I'm there. Everybody in there that knows that I'm an officer. So that's kind of what we wanted to bring to the city is if you own a barbershop and you would like to host one of these events, shoot me an email, cditch@wichita.gov, or check the flyer out on our Facebook and stuff. So those are some questions that were asked and stuff too. So
yeah,
and we're not afraid also to throw comments, shifting gears on other people's pages and stuff like Wichita Bad Drivers 2.0. That was kind of comical.
Yeah. So somehow I got the police department to be a member on that group, and we've been a member for some time,
right?
And made our presence known last week, commenting on.
Yeah.
And just to be clear, like we don't have issues with people knowing where we're at when we're running LiDAR.
Yeah.
Like we're okay with that. We're not trying to hide when we're running LiDAR. That's why a lot of times we'll post when we're doing LiDAR enforcement somewhere, so we can warn people. Right. Hey, if you're speeding here, you're gonna get a ticket.
Yeah.
And part of our presence is also a deterrent to speeding and reckless driving. So. We're not trying to be sneaky. We're not trying to hide.
Because we'll post on there too. You know, like, hey, we're doing this, like you said, this LiDAR assignment, or we're going to be checking for speeders at this area at Kellogg. And then the next day we'll make a post, or a couple days later we'll make a post saying, oh yeah, we got 77 tickets, and here's people going 93, 100, 105.
Right.
You know,
we do the same thing with like DUI saturation patrols. We notify people, hey, we're going to be looking for drunk drivers.
Yeah.
Get an Uber when you can, because we're not. Wanting to cite everyone and anyone and everyone for everything.
And I wanted to address one thing real quick too. I saw in a comment and just about transparency and stuff. Right, is we don't have a quota as a traffic department.
No.
We go out there to enforce traffic. We go out there and enforce the laws. But at the same time, that's not somebody that's like, oh, you're going to get 30 today.
Right.
We just go out there to try to enforce things and stuff. And if you're going 100 and a 60, sometimes educational and telling you, hey, you need to slow down is probably not suffice. You need to be given a citation for that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just want to say that.
No, I appreciate that. Because there's some people that think that we have quotas. They like to call us road pirates.
Yeah, right. But especially on Kellogg, man, we need everybody to slow down, take your time. You got to get to your location. Trevor said it. Yeah, Trevor said it before. If you're 30 minutes late or 5 minutes late, you're still late.
Yep.
And if you're to the point where you're about to get fired because you're that late, then you probably need to address other things going on. But I think that's it, man.
Yeah, we got a full week ahead, so stay tuned, and then we'll be back next week with another exciting episode of Coffee Break. Thanks for listening and or watching.